Good evening to panelists.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Panels, and we find the result was very encouraging. And on demand, we have kept the other panel on online teaching. And my colleagues and my student, this is basically demand of the viewers. Large number of viewers have seen a lot of our videos, and we have earlier one panel discussion online, but this is the first panel discussion, I would say, we are holding where we have invited not only the faculty member, we have also invited the students, okay? And this is basically largely based on the initiative which has been taken by Manav Rachna Institute of Research and Studies, deemed to be University of the University Grant Commission. Their initiative after the lockdown, what they have taken, and that is the reason in this panel, I've invited 3 senior professors from the Manav Rachna and 2 students. I will name each one of you. The moment I name you, please kindly raise your hand so viewer can see you. So we have with us Professor Nandini Srivastava from the Faculty of Management and also Professor in charge with the doctorate program at Manav Rachna Institute of Research and Studies. Then we have Professor Indu Kashyap from Computer Science Department from the engineering wing of the Manav Rachna University. Then we have the third panelist, Professor Parul Gandhi Vedas, she from Faculty of Computer Application from the Manav Rachna University. Then we have the 2 young students with us at this moment. One is Ashu with us, and the other is we have the Davinder with us. So I will start. You know, we have 30 minutes time to cover this panel discussion. There are many questions which we have been getting from people, from students, from the parents, and from people also about the online teaching. But some of the questions have selected, so I can't cover all the questions. And this is a continued process. We might have other panels. So my first question basically will go to Indu, who is from the IT, Computer Science Department. Indu, is online teaching beneficial for the growth of the student?
Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot, sir, for the question, which is quite appropriate according to the current situation. So with the outbreak of coronavirus being declared as a pandemic by the World Health Organization, people worldwide are facing a major challenge. Our life is significantly affected, but at the same time, it is quite challenging our abilities to adapt and be resilient. COVID-19 is reviving the need to explore the opportunities related to the online teaching and learning. Today, many universities and schools have shifted to online mode to ensure the continuity of teaching learning process. Universities are using artificial intelligence enabled technologies, video conferencing, other tools to enable the virtual learning. This includes a mix of online platforms for sharing files, conducting meetings, lectures in association with the online services, and there are strategic partners like Coursera, Ebesco, Udemy, EDX, Harvard, who work as a supporters for online teaching. So with online teaching, students have access to a quality education whenever and wherever they want. We are now entering a new era, that is the revolution of online education. Definitely online education is a sensible choice of learning. It enables us to sharpen our skills in a difficult subject and learning a new skill as well. And it provides us the flexibility. Online education enables the teacher and the student to set their own learning pace. It offers a wide range of courses. So we can have any course from the online repository. It's accessible to each and everyone. Online education enables you to study or teach from anywhere in the world. So there no need to commute from one place to another. So similarly, so definitely online teaching is beneficial for the growth of the student. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Indu. Now, my next question will go to Dr. Parul, who is from the Computer Science faculty from the Manav Rachna. My question goes like this, Parul, for you. Based on your experience as a computer science professor, what are the best ways to enhance student learning through online teaching? What are alternative methods to assess students' understanding through the online teaching? Dr. Parul.
Yeah, sir, thank you so very much for the question. You have taken a very relevant point that how the student learning can be improved via the online learning. So the thing is that by far the online learning is a very powerful approach today. So as mentioned by Dr. Indu also, that the student can also participate from the remote location, and which is very beneficial specifically in the situation in which we are today and we are facing today. So in my opinion, the online learning quality can be improved only if the facilitators are well trained. So if the facilitators know how to prepare their online lectures effectively and in very, that will be very informative to the students and very innovative, then only the quality of the learning can be improved. So they must know how to make the interactive lectures by adding the video lectures into them, or adding quizzes into this, or adding the various kind of assessment kind of things for the students. So here I would like to share my own experience. See, in Manav Rashna International Institute of Research and Studies, we are using Microsoft Team for our online teaching tool. And not only teaching over there online, we are also actually doing the assessment of our students. So here I would like to take the opportunity to say thanks to our Honorable Chancellor Sir, Vice President Sir, our Vice Chancellor Sir, and entire team of Manav Rashna for taking this great initiative, and that helps us a lot to switch from the virtual from the classrooms to the virtual classrooms. The training that has been provided to the facilitators, it's really remarkable. So if the facilitators are self-sufficient, they are well trained that how to prepare their lectures and how to deliver it more informatively to their students. And if we are talking about the assessment of the students, then all the online tools have the inbuilt assessment features with them. So with these online assessment features, we can do the monitoring of the students as well parallelly.
So that means that was inbuilt into the system, and at the market, you are very effectively, you people are doing the assessment of the ongoing kind of assessment.
Yes.
So my
yes, sir,
question will go to the Professor of Management, Professor Nandini Srivastava. Professor, as a person of management, I would like to ask you, what are the advantages and disadvantages of online teaching over face-to-face interaction you see as a Professor of Management?
Very good evening to all of you. And as my colleagues have already explained the benefits, the advantages of online teaching, but somewhere I feel this was an unprecedented scenario where we transferred ourselves to different types of alternative mechanisms of teaching. Now coming to the teachers and the student interaction within themselves, the problem is that we have internet facilities at our places. We all have it in our mobile phones also, but somewhere down the line the connectivity is still an issue with majority of locations in NCR also. So you just imagine about the people who are in remote locations. So there is, there are couple of students who keep saying, can we get the recording of your lecture, or maybe ma'am, we lost the connection in between, can you repeat? So there is a lack of somewhere if you ask me, there is a lack of connectivity in terms of not only in terms of internet, but in terms of the personal touch also, because you are just managing the thing, and you just want that people should know, people should understand whatever you were trying to tell. So use of bilingual language is very important out there, because somewhere around we always feel that if we do not use a bilingual language wherein Hindi and English is mixed appropriately, students lose their interest, because somewhere we all understand that to grab their attention span for a long time is a challenge to all the professors and teachers who are going ahead with the online mechanism. But definitely, as Indu said, that we have flexibility, we can manage our time, we can use the technology to its best of use. So there are definitely, it is cost effective, everything is there. But मेरे लिए हिंदुस्तान में शायद फोन पे बात करने से बहुत ज्यादा अच्छा है कि I go and meet the person in person.
Thank you. My student, question go to my young student, Devendra. Devendra, yeah. I just want to know you very frankly, what are your experience on the online learning? How you feel, how it's going?
Okay, to be very honest, the online learning is 50-50 kind of thing. For example, being a researcher and working with study with to interact with my guide over the call is very good option. But if the group is large, for example, because interaction between student and teacher is something between not only a communication, that's a physical or eye contact is also there, right? Something eye contact should be there, so he can understand is it grabbing by me or no. But a group is large, for example 30 students group is there, so teacher is only understand if 2 or 3 is very good IQ, they can understand each and thing very well. Okay, so teacher think, yeah, it's going well, right, good. But the rest of 28 or 25 students, which is with different IQ, will have their separate, understanding on that. So, what my understanding is for online learning, for small group of 5 or 10 is good option. But if the class size is large, the audience is large, like above 20 or 30, so it will be very difficult to grab the complete concept and even interact with the teacher. And the students interaction is something is it's lapsed somewhere in between actually. So it's so far it's just starting, I guess, and there's so much path to go beyond that. Online teaching it's a journey that's yet started, I guess, but it's too long to go.
Thank you, Devendra.
Yeah.
So for this, Devendra, we have tried that we do not have more than 30 students in our class to take the online lectures. This point we have already kept in our mind. So
yes. Thank you. Yeah.
And Manamrita, you have taken care of that issue.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know. Yes, that's fine. Thank you so much.
No, Parul, my next question goes to you. Has this use introduction of the online teaching to the student in this learning environment significantly improved the quality of learning, or quality of learning stay as it is?
Okay. So first of all, I must say the learning is a continuous process, whether it's related with the IT or without IT. So to learn, we must be motivated and engaged. And if either of them is missing, it means that the quality of the learning is diminishing. So quality of the learning, according to my opinion, it is up to the expert present. So I must say over there that lots of good online courses are available. It's only the lack of experience of the people they are having with the online learning. So they must know how to use that online learning tools. So I am having the overwhelming experience while taking my online class. So, and the students are also in the sense of satisfaction while having the constructive dialogues with their teachers. So I would like to mention over here that in the past years, no such features are available for the virtual classrooms. But nowadays, the entire industry has emerged up there to do this for us and to improve the quality of learning for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
In other sense, what you're saying, the quality of teaching is no way hampered by online teaching.
No.
Basically, it's improved also by the process. Only
exactly.
There is some kind of compromise or understanding need to be made between the student and the faculty. Faculty have to come forward for that, which faculty, the other faculty development programs must be going on at your end.
Yes,
also.
very right, sir. Very right.
Teachers also to understand it, and student also, which is rightly said, very well has been taken. Now, my next question will go to Dr. Indu. What initiative have been taken by the faculty, Indu, to assess the performance of the student during this crisis? Indu.
So, sir, there are numerous ways with the help of which student performance can be assessed online, and the faculty are taking these measures. With the help of written assignments, student can submit their research work and papers and case studies electronically through online discussions. Instructors can initiate classroom discussions with a set of questions, and instructor can assess the performance of students for the assigned task through concept maps. So it provides the concept maps are basically the visual representation of the connections between the concepts students have learned. So which is a good tool for formative assessment to evaluate the student knowledge at certain checkpoints. through the ways of presentation, definitely the faculty is checking the performance of the student. The student can present their work and assign tasks through online presentations and can be discussed among all the students present in the session, which boosts the morale and enhances the confidence. It improves the soft skills also as well as the knowledge. It also works as an effective measure to help the students to reduce the on-screen fears. Last but not the least, we can assess the performance through the traditional multiple choice questions and application-based questions. So these are some of the initiatives which many faculty members are adopting and implementing for the online assessment. Thank you, sir.
Kind of proctored examination can be also organized through the online learning. When you're doing online learning,
yes, sir.
Proctored examination by evaluation. My next question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Indu. Now, my next question is for Ashu. Ashu, are you there? I don't see the Ashu over there. Ashu, are you there? If Ashu is not there, then I will shift my question to Parul, another from faculty. Parul, how to address the physically challenged student, especially having learning or visual problems, such kind of students? Is there any mechanism by which we can address them?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Especially for the disabled students, I must say, with the advent of e-learning, now it's not a laborious work for the disabled students to, to learn from the online courses and all. And even the disabled students finding it more fulfilling or satisfying to take the classes in the online environment or to study in the online environment. Various virtual campuses are evolving these days, and most of the disabled students are also enrolling in them. So if we are talking about the visual impairment students who are having the visual impairment, so voice to text softwares are available, audio hearing is available for them to learn online. And if we are talking in context of hearing impairment students, so video lectures are available with the subtitle that they can read, which they cannot experience in the classroom. So I must say, if they want to interact with their teachers, there are forums available, blogs are available, email chats are available for these students to interact with the faculty members and get their queries solved.
So visually impaired people or people with disability or special kind of student, they can also be, by no standard,
exactly,
they will be not beneficial to the online teaching.
They can be some online software tools are available specially designed for these kind of people, so they can take the benefits from these kind of tools. They can download these tools into their laptops and their mobile, and they can make the use of it and solve their queries.
Okay, so my next question was meant for student Ashu, but Ashu is not over here. Then I will shift the question to Devinder. Devinder, I'm putting that question to you. As a community, taking other friends, other friends also into consideration, what are the difficulties they have been facing, if they are facing any difficulty with the online teaching, learning, and how they are trying to overcome that? As a student.
So far, yeah, I think for the young students, so the generation after 90s, they are very well used to with the computer world. They are very much used to the tools and all. They are using so many tools and all. So I don't think any challenge. Like my daughter is only 10 years old and she is very good operator for the Zoom meetings and all. She schedule everything very quickly and all. Yeah, very quick learning and all. She know how to set the passwords, how to set the audio videos.
I know. I also learned sometimes from a student, who is studying in 9th class or 10th class. He teaches me a lot of technology.
Yes. Yeah. So this technology, thanks to the other tools available in the test, and they are very easy to learn. For example, the learning and all. The learning curve is so good, I think. So I don't think any challenge for learning these tools actually, because that is very basic tools and it's very easy to use. So that is good actually. Learning is not a big deal. But if they have some challenges, so the tutorials or videos on YouTubes are available. So they can get the immediately understanding of the tool and start learning on that part.
Lot of YouTube videos, small
tutorials are there.
Available.
To learn how to, how to download, how to chat, everything is available. You're right.
Yes, they can interact with each other. Right?
I know children are very quick and fast in picking up that. No,
it's
very smart.
Smart than us actually. Even I don't know some Zoom features like virtual background and all. So she learned me how to set a virtual background for your videos. So this is
very true.
Their learning comes very good.
Even you're right. About 3 days back, one child of the, I think he's studying in 9th standard in Chandigarh. He only taught me, uncle, when you're doing the Zoom, let me tell you, you can change the background also. He helped me.
Yeah, yes. Yes.
My son is in 2nd standard and he told me, don't sit with me. I can take my class my own. So I know all the features,
Yes.
how to operate Zoom. So please don't sit with me.
That is changing. I can see on my wall, it was San Francisco, you know, the bridge was there. You know.
Yes.
I had to know.
Yes, you are right. You are right.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Okay, now my next question will go to Professor of Management, Professor Nandini, you know. Professor Nandini, people have, sometimes I heard people, you know, I'm from Delhi University, I worked over there for so many years, I have been interacting with my colleagues also. And recently I had a online chat on Zoom with the minister also. Our minister, you know, online teaching, you know, how it's beneficial. I discussed about, and we have about 180 teachers or so who had interaction with the minister the other day through the, again, the Zoom, you know. And many of the teachers have been complaining that not many students are attending. If there are 80 students, 70 students, or 60 students in the classes, there are less number of students are attending, you know, but at the same time, there are other faculty members who were saying, no, out of the 70, there were 65 or so in my class.
Absolutely.
That means some teacher could attract more number of students on the online. Others cannot. I would say this may be some problem with the teacher when you need to learn. Can you tell us how one can enhance the participation of the student as a management professor?
Right, sir. Even in the previous question asked by you, I was trying to tell you that, you know, the attention span of these students is very less. You know, we need to create something between us in such a way that their attention span increases. Now, how to do it? Because, you know, they are tech savvy, they know what are the features, and as you know, my colleagues were saying, small students also know how to change, how to do it, and we are not. So we are struggling, and they are very fast. They know how to do it. So, you know, their mind is very, very, you know, sharp, and they're unable to concentrate. The thing is that somewhere I felt like in my classes, I'm by God's grace and by, you know, by virtue of what I have practiced, that I'm attracting good number of students. Like what I do, I give them a heads up. Right, so I tell them what I'm going to discuss. So in the night, I just send them a pre-note to what I'm, you know, going to discuss, so that they just can have a small glimpse. And I try to do it in terms of pictorial, you know, some graphs, some pictures I can send from the text. One heads up. Second, long lectures do not work for them now. You know, not more than, you know, 50 to 60 minutes should not be the should be the highest time when we should be talking to them. Third, add humor. Humor in life is very important anywhere. You know, even somebody is looking at our video and we don't laugh, I don't think anybody is interested in looking at
Very
this and
true.
you know, taking
Very
yarn
true.
from us. So add humor, be little more creative in terms of providing the material to them. You know, the conventional slides, the conventional way of you know, presenting a lecture will not work in online, because you cannot control them. You are not seeing them. You are not just, you know, in physical you know, interaction with them. So we need to be more creative, more easy in terms of language, give them heads up, give them a you know, a lecture note, or and maybe in between keep calling them by names. I keep doing, hey Mohit, are you there? Hey Manoj, are you there? So, you know, just keep posing small questions to them, so that
one need to develop strategy basically to involve.
absolutely, sir.
Make it very,
Depending on the group, of course.
make it very relaxing kind of environment.
Right.
You are right, inviting people by their first name or calling them. It gives a lot of motivation to them.
A lot of motivation, right, sir?
Feel, yeah, I can understand. No, no, I can see Ashush over here. Ashush, we missed you, you know. We thought we will ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
And I will put a question to you.
Yeah,
Ashu,
yeah.
are you listening me?
Yes, sir.
Ashu, as a student,
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
I just want to know from you, what are the challenges you experience as a student on the online learning, and how you are overcoming that? What strategy you are adopting to overcome? Ashu.
So the only point is a net connection. Like, yeah.
That being one of the bigger issues.
So the only issue concerned is the net. We lost the, yeah.
I agree.
So many times it happens.
Actually, that proves my point.
You are on the verge of some, yeah, that's true, ma'am. And it's more about like, it's like,
Sorry,
I
Ashu.
think-
I think he is in a bad.
Connectivity. Yeah, this is one issue. It's a practical BFC. Yeah, couple of.
Yeah, we have to enhance our IT infrastructure for sure.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Country looking after, Prime Minister is very much looking after the net connectivity, making
Yes.
it more the friendly, more.
Yes.
And I understand. Can, as a faculty member, you can tell, is that kind of attempt also made at a level of Manavachna also to make the connectivity issues, to help the students, Any one of you can answer, maybe Parul or maybe Indu, anyone can answer. Manavachna, is there any attempt to increase the connectivity,
Sir, we are actually trying to connect all the students in our MS Team platform. So even if the students is in the remote location, we are connecting to them through the email so that whenever they will be connected to the internet, they will answer our queries, or we are sending them notes and PPTs on the regular basis. So that if they are not able to connect on the regular basis, whenever they will connect, they will get notes from our side and they will prepare accordingly.
They also get the recorded lectures.
Recording also. Yes, we are
Exactly.
doing the
Whatever
recording.
notes we are
doing the
having, whatever
also.
recording.
So maybe first of all, I will ask each faculty member to say one thing or two things about the initiative taken at your university, which is a NAC A level university. And then maybe a student also, just short, I'm running short of time. Nandini, any initiative you would like to appreciate about
I think,
Manavachna?
sir, they were very proactive before anybody could start. They were very wise enough to, be the, forerunner in starting up these classes and giving us a platform where we all could connect. There's a large number of people who can connect through MS Teams.
Thank you. Indu, any one thing?
So definitely, I agreed with the ma'am. The Manavachna team, the vision is quite strong, and they are using the Microsoft Teams platform for the lectures. This platform is having all the facilities of recording, sharing notes, conducting quizzes, taking assignments, scheduling exams. Every feature is given by the Microsoft Teams. Definitely, it's a very good initiative to connect with the students and to continue with the teaching.
Parul?
Thank you, sir.
Parul, any point?
Yes, sir. Yeah, fully agreed with my fellow panelists that we at Manavachna, the management has taken the initiative in a very early phase. Even we have, within 2 days, we switch our classes from the classrooms to the virtual classrooms. So, that's really a very good initiative.
Holding a lot of, I know there's
Yeah.
a lot of meetings, review every
Exactly.
day there is a one review meeting also with difficulty, HOD and all that kind.
Yeah, lots of meetings, lots of trainings, so that if anybody has any issue,
Vinder, would
it
you like
can be resolved.
anything?
I think in the process we have improved our IT skills. Like people like me who were not IT savvy, even we know how to go about it now.
I agree. I fully agree with you.
right.
Vinder, would you like to add
This has
anything?
given me a lot of confidence.
Yeah, no.
I have not grown
Yeah,
that old.
yeah, really, actually, with Manavachna, the IT infrastructure, IT initiatives, and all the new technology initiatives are very good. What I understand, it's a very good.
The
Yeah.
support team is very good at Manavachna.
Ashu,
I must congratulate.
I hope your system will.
The best.
Ashu,
So,
Ashu,
Sir, I just wanted to add on that.
Pardon.
yes.
I just wanted to add on that the teams which is at the back end who are not very much recognized at, generally when we are doing such kind of things. So initiative, the team at back end, whenever you have a problem, you just give them a call and they're there to help you out and, sort your queries and help with the, functioning of your classes.
Very true, ma'am. It's really a teamwork, and as a team, as a Manav Rachna family, everybody is,
working very hard.
taking his or her own responsibility, very carefully. And
so basically, they are trying to set the example for others also,
Right.
Yes, you're right.
Example for the
Exactly.
public university, where a lot of, because I have been public university for 40 years in Delhi University, I know the kind of problem over there. But anyway, that's a good initiative. So here I would like to thank all my panelists. Unfortunately, one of my students, Ashu, could not due to connectivity, could not participate much, but her presence was very important and encouraging for us. This is not end of the panel discussion. Today with the time limit, we are closing the panel discussion. Sure, we will continue. And I would like to thank all the panelists for giving your precious time to me to discuss the issue on online teaching, the pro and con of the online teaching, how this is helpful in quality management, quality teaching, how this is interacting with the face-to-face, what way. And I'm really thankful for enlightening me. And I'm sure my viewers, who will be watching this videos, which I'm just putting on the YouTube channel shortly, will be benefited from this. Thanks. And here we will end our meeting by saying bye to all of you.
Okay, bye-bye,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, ma'am.
Bye.